Welcome back. Now what we need to do is that we need to get the response and display it to the user. So we already know how to get the response. We already know how to make a request here and get the response message. However, we need to get that response message now from PHP and display and use JavaScript to display it in HTML. So here, the first step is that we need to make this variable a global variable, this HTTP request. I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to remove it from this function, and then I'm going to add it here at the top. We need to add it here at the top because this must be a global variable so that we will be able to use it with all functions. The second step is that here in this function, remember I told you that whenever we have a response, this function will be called chatbot send message. So this function will be called. So in this function now, we need to check whether we have a response or not, and that can be done by here saying if and then http dot ready state. If the ready state is equal to http xml first and xml http request dot done, and if the http request dot status is 200, if it's successful, then we need to add all of this code inside. We need to surround this with if statement. We need to push all of this inside. Else we can display an error message here. Else we can display an error message. For now I'm going to say alert, and then I'm going to say error. Now we have the message, but where is the message? Well, the message that has been sent by PHP is stored in the HTTP. It's stored in the HTTP request. So to get the message, we need to say here HTTP request, and then dot response text. However, this response text is in the form of JSON. Remember, here we said JSON encode. So we need to decode this. We need to convert this. We need to convert this to a text. So to do this, we have to say here JSON dot parse, and then we pass this code. We pass the response text. Now we can store this in a variable called result. I'm going to say here var result is equal to JSON parse http request dot response text. Finally, we need to display the message. Instead of this message, we need to remove this message, and we need to use this result. We need to say here result. However, again, if you check the structure of the message that has been returned, the structure is that it's an array of key value pair. So the key is response message and the value is the response message. So in order to access the response message, we need to use the response underscore message key. So here I'm going to say result dot response message, response underscore message, because the key is response message. Again, don't be confused. Here what I did is that I used the HTTP request dot response text to get the complete. This is going to get the complete response, the complete array. However, the array is in the form of JSON. So to decode the JSON, we need to use the JSON parse in order to decode it into text, and it's going to be stored in a result. And then finally, we access the key that we want by using the key response underscore text and calling it on the result. And we are now done. So now we are done with this part. Next, we need to test.